Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Carolyn Gibson, herbalist and massage therapist. Trying to accomplish the many things we need to do stresses us out to the max. The fact is, dealing with other people, families, friends, co-workers, automated phone systems, we get stressed out. Stress and anxiety leads to high blood pressure, heart palpitations, inflammation, cancer, loss of sleep, digestive problems, tension, which leads to pain. And even though stress causes all these dangerous side effects, it is a necessary part of living. Stress creates strong bones, hardens our muscles, and fires up our immune system. Stress motivates us to go beyond our circumstances and make needed changes in our lives. While chemical drugs deaden the nervous systems, herbs and essential oils nourish and support the nervous system. Herbs and essential oils may not work as quickly as the chemical drugs. They will be safer and have less side effects. But herbs and essential oils will not work for stress and anxiety if we do not learn to breathe deeply. Research shows deep breathing to be the single most effective medicine to treat stress. Deep breathing slows the heart rate, decreases blood pressure, relaxes the muscles, calms the mind, and decreases anxiety. Deep breathing helps your muscles to elongate. Deep breathing signals your body to relax. Deep breathing is essential to relieving stress and anxiety. Breathing at the top of our lungs activates our fight or flight response, the sympathetic nervous system. Deep breathing into our belly activates our relaxation response, the parasympathetic system. Herbal remedies for stress can be divided into two categories. If this is a long-term or chronic stress situation, you may need to take nervine herbs as a daily tonic. If this is more or less something that pops up occasionally, you may just need a quick fix. When you get going so fast and you just can't slow down or get a tightness in your chest or a slight pain in the chest, the mildest and most recommended for those that are sensitive, children, and elderly would be California poppy and German chamomile and the essential oil of lavender. Now, stronger herbs would be valerian, lobelia, lemon balm, and passion flower. German chamomile, not the Roman chamomile, is the most used herbal tea in the Western world. When using herbal teas medically, let steep for 10 minutes. Now, chamomile tea is readily available at grocery stores, health food stores, even Walmart. If you're not a tea person, try the tinctures, either made with alcohol or glycerin. I recommend alcohol-free glycerin tinctures. They can easily be added to another drink and will enhance the flavor rather than take away. For a tincture, if it's an alcohol tincture, you'd want to take a quarter teaspoon 3 times a day, or if it's a glycerin tincture, a teaspoon 3 times a day. Now, a glycerin tincture can be made with your box of chamomile tea by following my other videos on how to make a glycerin tincture. Essential oil of lavender, some people can just smell lavender and it will calm them instantly. Essential oil of lavender can be added to lotions and oils, sprinkled on handkerchiefs or stuffed toys. You can make a lavender spray with 10 drops of essential oil of lavender, 7 tablespoons of water, and a tablespoon of vodka, and use it as a room spray. You can add the essential oil of lavender to a hot bath. Dried lavender flowers can be made into small pillows. I like to use a muslin bag and put a neat little saying on it. They can be even made into a glycerin tincture. Now, other videos I have on YouTube show how to make an alcohol-free sealed simmered glyceride. Now, I'm not a person who responds to lavender. I respond better to basil. Just love that smell. I make hand lotions with essential oil of basil, and I also add a basil glyceride to it, and I just put some on my hands and I'll roll them together. And it is so calming. I grow basil, so I also make an alcohol-free glyceride with the basil for its calming effect. Now, holy basil is different than the culinary basil. and is more effective and can be found in capsule form and probably tinctures, I'm sure, and is also one of those herbs you can grow yourself. This is an herb you might not have heard of before, rose scented geranium. Although I'm not crazy about the scent of roses or rose oil, I just love the scent of rose scented geranium. It has kind of an herby, rosy smell. Now this does not have the showy red flowers you might see at the nursery, in which is actually a different species. It has very small flowers you would never notice, and the aroma is in the leaves. You might be more familiar with the citronella scented geranium at the nurseries used to repel mosquitoes. Now I was first introduced to this scent as a massage therapist. An aromatherapy class I took as part of my training used rose scented geranium to reduce cortisol levels. Now I use it in my massage practice and make little pills to use at home. When I started growing it at home, I started making alcohol-free glycerites with it. Now lemon balm, also known as Melissa, is especially good for heart palpitations due to anxiety. And as a therapeutic tea, you let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes and drink morning and night or as needed. This has this wonderful lemony aroma. Now lemon balm would make a tasty lemony flavored tea. It is easily grown at home. Now the essential oil of lemon balm, or Melissa as it is known, is so expensive I do not recommend it at all. Now this is another one of the herbs, since I grow it myself, I make a sealed simmered glycerite from it. A sealed simmered glycerite really captures this aroma and can easily add it to another drink. I may add a dropper full or two to a glass of iced tea or even to a smoothie. Or you can even pinch off some fresh leaves, just throw it in with your smoothie. That'd really be good. Now if you were taking a tincture, you would need 1.5 to a half a teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoon to take, as needed. The passion flower are one of those that would be really good for nervous exhaustion. Now you wouldn't want to take it if you were pregnant, and it could interfere with blood thinning medications. I actually grow it and make tinctures out of it, but it's not flowering right now, so I really didn't think there was much use in showing it to you. Now another herb that would be used is St. John's wort. Now mine's not flowering right now, it's the wrong time of year. And I think in the cooler states it probably gets a little bigger, it might have bigger flowers. But all of these herbs can be combined together and create a synergy between them, making them even more effective. And along with taking herbs and using essential oils, often that's not enough. Meditation, a change of attitude, prayer, and deep breathing is needed. Exercise. Your body was made to move. Stressful conditions activate our fight or flight response. In the past, that meant fighting or fleeing from danger. Our bodies tense up, our heart rate and blood pressure increases to prepare us for action. Exercise, like fleeing from a roaring lion, will release this extra energy. Today, we need to release this extra energy by exercise, walking, dancing, running, whatever is right for you. And you may need to learn to say no to too many requests. Now, as Christians, we firmly believe that all things work together for good for those that serve the Lord. And even if we have complete peace that all things are in His hands, we still experience stress. Now, we know cast your cares upon Jesus because He cares for you in 1 Peter. Matthew 6 has a whole passage about worry. And do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ. We may have complete peace in faith, knowing I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And the newer translation is more like, I can endure all things through Christ who strengthens me. As we continue to pray, study His Word, grow in our Christian walk, and learn how to rely on the Lord and receive His peace, we can use the many plants God has given us to deal with stress and anxiety. Stress is part of life. Don't let stress destroy you. Rather, use stress to make you stronger and make needed changes in your life and increase your faith. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe for more videos and visit me at Family Guide to Herbs, your guide to natural healing.